Hello everyone and welcome to Fast the Post. My name is Michael Adolphs and we're going to go over the very best of racing from the UAE this past week. We start things off at HQ over at Meydan, which held 8 races on Friday evening. Kicking things off was the Oasis by Emar, a 75-55 handicap, 7 furlongs worth $165,000. This one was up for grabs overall, but in the end that's how it ended as Smart System got it done, under Bernardo Pinheiro for Ali Abadwawi, giving that trainer his first win of the season at Meydan. Rallying for second was Davy Lamp, about 3 lengths behind, with King's Fountain back in third.
Smart System straightens up, following the rail home, making every post a winner, wanting to hang in a little bit. Pipes and drums starting to level up the outside and challenge with Davy Lamp, King's Fountain and Meydan. It's still Smart System though, finding Smart System though with 3 lengths in hand from Davy Lamp, who's out chasing with big runs, and from the back as well Maputo. Smart System all out up in front, but has got enough in hand, and Smart System from one goes all the way. Gate to wire in the opener, 2.5 lengths from Davy Lamp.
The second race of the evening was a conditions affair called the Modge Stakes, named after the famous Godolphin filly, who was so impressive winning at Meydan a few years ago. This one was on the grass over 7 furlongs for those 3-year-old fillies and worth $500,000 dirhams. The big favorite at 1.45 to 1 was Mountain Breeze, a 3/4 sister to Pinatubo, with William Buick in the saddle for Charlie Appleby, and she did not disappoint, winning by a facile 6.5 lengths in the end. Spanish filly Octans was a good second under Vaclav check for Guillermo Reyes Carrera. And back in third was Francis Lakpa.
Mountain Breeze is now able to extricate off the fence as a gap opened up, and Buick brings the filly to the outside, but has to run down Nana's Diamond and Lakpa, who lead by a length now. Then came Octans from Parisian Beauty, running on La Senora, along with the deeper route Secret Combination. Look at the filly here in the royal blue. Mountain Breeze cruises up to them. Lakpa cannot do any more. Octans runs on with Nana's Diamond, but she is a different class here. Takes out the inaugural Moors Stakes, does Mountain Breeze, and does it in a hand canter. 6 lengths on the line, easy as you like. Octane second over from Lakpa.
The inaugural Modge Stakes appropriately goes to a talented Godolphin filly. This one a 3/4 sister to Pinatubo. Obviously, a lot of hopes for Mountain Breeze. She was very impressive push button today for you.
Yeah, she was. She's entitled to improve for the run as well. So, I think it's a lovely program for this 3-year-old fillies and colts over here now on turf. So, this will bring hopefully nicely forwards for the 1,000 guineas. Over a mile. So, every indication she gave me tonight would be that she'll stay on, no problem.
Nice to push, scrape off a little bit of the Woodbine form and how, and put that behind her.
Exactly. I mean, everyone expected her to win in Woodbine, and she just didn't turn up for one reason or another. Maybe she'd had a long season at home, but she certainly put that behind her tonight, and she raced with plenty of zest, a little bit fresh in my hands early, but I really liked what she did, and she her class told tonight. She was a class apart from the others.
The third race of the night was also for 3-year-olds. This was a 1,900-meter course and distance prep, technically, for the UAE Derby. The Valley by Emar, and non-winners of 2 worth $175,000 dirhams for UAE Derby hopefuls, as mentioned. One of the favorites in here, indeed, was Estimrar, who was expected to do well considering he was second to Heart of Honor in the past. But undefeated, under Tygo Schaefer, Bupat Simar took his fancy pedigree and went straight to the front and never looked back. The son of Vacoma continued the big year for America's champion freshman sire of 2024. Honest Moon was back in second for Connor Beasley, with Sylvester de Sousa and the aforementioned Estimar back in third. It was a 1-2-3 finish for graduates of Fasig Tipton's Atlantic May Sale 2024.
It's undefeated, the leader, and undefeated's found a little bit more here, along with next there was Honest Moon. Estimra hasn't travelled into the turn at all here. He's dropped away from the leading division. Undefeated and Honest Moon go to work together. Then came Estimra, who's finding a little bit more in the late stages, but could be all over. The same can be said now as well for Exculpation, but undefeated, he stays all day, and he's been able to ride the rail this time around, and Tygo Shades is going to ease him clear for a nice win here in the Valley by Emar. It's going to be undefeated by 5.5, maybe 6 lengths.
Here with Bhupat Seymour, a 1-2-3 finish for FASIC grads here. Very exciting, undefeated as a horse. I know you've had a lot of hope for since the beginning, and I know it's nice to get a win for Saeed Sohail. Just your thoughts as soon as he hit the front and looked comfortable.
You know, this is a horse we really like, and I'm so happy for Mr. Saeed Sohail. You know, he invested a lot in these horses, and finally good to see that, you know, he got some results. This horse, he's always been right there, but, you know, he was crying out for distance. And finally, when he got his distance, he proved how good he is.
And it seemed to be key for Ty to make sure that he kind of kept that pole position and kept him eager. Were you worried that he wasn't going to use too much early?
Yeah, that's always a worry. You know, it's we didn't want to get shuffled too far back. You know, we were drawn 4. It was a good draw. There were a few horses on the inside. They were a little bit inexperienced. We wanted to get up there and take a good posse. And if somebody was going to go too fast, we were just going to sit second.
This is a kind of a race that's kind of obviously well positioned to look at the Al-Bastakia after this. Is that an option?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the way forward. I think this horse is improving. In fact, I think from his last race to this race, he's gained some more weight, gained some more muscle, so which is always a good sign.
The fourth race of the evening was another stakes affair. This was the Dubai Sprint, a listed affair, also worth $500,000 dirhams, over the straight 6-furlong course on the turf. William Buick, Charlie Appleby, and Godolphin again got one in the winning style with Romantic Style. This chestnut filly won easily by 2.5 lengths, beating the boys, including Hassem, fresh off a win, back in second. Rassas, also off a win, was back in third.
It's Rassas the leader, but Romantic Style is starting to camp up to them now. Then came Emirati Anna, Hasim working on through the far side, and Billy Webster. Romantic Style hits the lead. Romantic Style from Rassas. Echo Point caught up with Billy Webster. Romantic Style still out clear by 2 lengths. Here comes Hasim and Rassas for their runs, but Romantic Style, it's Godolphin again. Romantic Style by 2 lengths.
Won as a 2-year-old over this trip and showed plenty of speed. So, and I seem to remember last spring, you know, she obviously got 7 well, but there was always a question mark about a mile. But she ran so well in the French 1,000 guineas from a wide draw at Longchamp, and she covered a lot of ground. And she only just got beat, finished 4th. But you always sense that a mile was just stretching her. And look, the Cape Verde last time. There was probably various factors involved, but ultimately you're sort of conserving her. You're probably taking away what she's good at. You know, she's a fast filly, and she proved that today, even over this distance against those, you know, relatively seasoned sprinters. I'm still sort of sitting against her, taking her back. You know,
it seemed that I know that she was a bit rank over the very slow fractions last time, but even this time over the 6, she was really pulling for you.
She's on you, and she's just naturally fast. She's powerful filly. She's built like a sprinter, and certainly tonight she felt like one.
The fifth race of the evening was a salty affair, a 75-95 handicap with some horses with plenty of group action in their past. Kanjar, bridesmaid no more, got back to the winner's enclosure, this time with Jim Crowley flying in for the ride. It was his 3rd win with Crowley in the saddle, but first in the UAE. Trainer Musaba Al-Mahiri got the win by 2 lengths here. Straight and Level is back in 2nd, running well once again in his 3rd race in the country. Magic Petition ran well in 3rd.
They straighten up into the lane, and it's Ilzad Ailes and Magic Petition. Both of them go to battle here, straight and level, trying to get on level terms. Kanjar just wanting to lay in here as well, but making up good ground under Crowley. Deep Hope working through. Magic Petition, no good thing here. Kanjar on the scene, out deeper, along with straight and level. Then came Deep Hope, but it's Kanjar. Kanjar inside, past the 16th pole, coming clear, and Shadwell on the board tonight. It is going to be a very nice win for Kanjar.
Obviously he was dropping back from mile and he didn't probably see that out, so dropping back to 7 furlongs he broke smartly. Little bit concerned getting 4 deep into the first turn, but I was actually happy where I was because I was following Tiger O'Shea on the fancied horse. So once he turned in, he took a while to just switch leads, but when he did, he galloped out nicely.
And he's a horse that obviously sees the mile well, but there's always the worry of stepping up in class at that point, who he's going to go against, and he's run against the types of Imperial, Emperor, etc. Do you think this 7 furlongs in this kind of a class kind of hits him on the nose, or can he move forward again?
No, I think you hit it perfectly on the head there. I think 7 furlongs is probably his best distance. He has run well over 6 and a mile, but like you said, tonight everything fell right. He was due a win, and it's nice to get on the board at Meydan.
The feature of the evening was the Dubai Millennium Stakes, 10 furlongs on the grass, and a Group 3 affair worth 700,000 dirhams. First Conquest, a bit of an upset winner last time for Godolphin as the second stringer, got it done nicely in this one, with William Buick in the saddle giving him a treble as well as Charlie Appleby. The son of Teofilo won by 1.5 lengths over Cairo in second, with Highbank back in third.
First Conquest still yet to make the looping run around them as Delaley comes back to Cairo. 1.5 lengths now the margin. See Hector third from Highbank, who travels well, and he's out of trouble at the moment. Asasi now works off into the clear, followed by Mozart. First Conquest having to get mobile, laying over Hans Anderson at the moment, and Stormy Ocean. It's Cairo the leader. Cairo now from Highbank as they start to come from back in the field. Here are the runs. See Hector, Asasi, First Conquest. He's getting there slowly but surely here for the Blue Army. See, it's going to be a very nice performance here by First Conquest. Cairo trying hard. First Conquest, the reign of the Blue Army continues in the Dubai Millennium.
Feature of the evening tonight, our Group 3 Dubai Millennium goes to William Buick here, Godolphin, First Conquest, a horse that obviously was expected to do well today. What did you actually finish behind him last time? What did you learn from him watching that race to get him ready for tonight?
Well, I sort of adapted similar tactics that Mikel did, really. I was further back than I'd ideally wanted tonight, following two horses that I didn't really want to be behind, but he's a horse that you need to get relaxed first and get the first half of the race right for him to get the second half right. So I was drawn a little bit awkward in 7 in the end because there was one non-runner, so I sort of didn't want to ask him too much early. So
was the pace a bit stop-start? Because it was hard to tell from our angle.
The pace was slow, and then we stepped on the gas pretty early, I thought, but I was making ground up on the outside, and sort of I wanted to be close enough when the action was going to unfold and to give him a chance against those horses that he was up against with the chance in the race. And look, once I asked him, he picked up really well, and he was relentless to the line again. So obviously, first time over mile and a quarter this evening, up in grade. Although it was a similar race to what he won the last time, apart from Cairo, obviously, and a couple of others. But I was really pleased with him, and I thought, with the rails out 12 metres to come from where he did in a bit of a stop-start pace, I thought he had to be pretty decent. So credit to him.
The seventh race of the evening was a test of stamina. This one over 11 furlongs, 2 turns on the dirt, and definitely saw some horses struggle to get home, but not Guns and Glory, who went straight to the front under Tygo Shea to give himself and Bhupat Seymour a second win of the evening. He also broke the 11 furlong track record, finishing up in 2:17.25. Back in second, a distant 10.5 lengths back, was Inner Wisdom, with Truth Explained back in third.
Guns and Glory is getting it all to his own liking here as O'Shea injects the tempo once again. Next came Tactical Bound from Truth Explained, who's also trying to get into the race here, but being passed now by Valdivia. He'll stay all day here. Then came Inner Wisdom from Al Mukhtar, and Gun Cruz dropping back with Kibo Masaki, but this could be the easiest win of the night. Look at Guns and Glory. He shoots clear here by 8 lengths, and he's getting further and further in front as they get closer to the post. Running on Inner Wisdom, trying to get back into the race here as well. Truth Explained along with Valdivia, Tactical Bound, but this is very, very impressive. Up to 2,200 metres, it was the key, and it is all Guns and Glory going on to score here in nice fashion.
They don't run 11 furlong races that often here, but they are stamina testers, and that's what we saw today. A horse in Guns and Glory with plenty of stamina out there for you, Bhupat. Your thoughts as he just went to the front and had things his own way?
Yeah, he's a horse, who broke his maiden by 9.5 lengths, I think. He went to the front. He's a horse who enjoys going forward, and stamina is his weapon. So the plan was to get up there and keep rolling.
And as he's turning for home, he did that thing that he did show in his 9.5 furlong maiden win, where he just sort of lengthened around the 3 furlong part. How confident were you at that point?
Yeah, well, that was the plan. And look, I mean, Dr. Jim Hay and, Petri Hay, they put so much money in the game. And it's great to see. I think they paid €500,000 for this horse. And it's great to give him that win. And it's great to have owners like them that can keep coming to Dubai and, keep giving us these good horses.
And the nightcap of Meydan's Friday Carnival card was a history-making one in a conditions affair labeled the Jumeirah Guineas Trial. Of course, a prep for the Jumeirah Guineas on Super Saturday. Worth $500,000, this one was a 1,600-meter affair and went to a Godolphin sort, but it was not William Buick in the saddle. It was indeed the second stringer Hallasan with Richard Mullen, who got his 600th UAE win, second most ever in the country. Al-Qudra, the favorite, was a length back in second, with the Bengal Raven running well into third for Jamie Osborne.
Up in front, though, running along well, Nadawi. Then came Hallasan, who now gets within a half length. Blue Burton, my apology, actually a lot closer today. That was War Bear. Al-Qudra working out here now into the clear, along with Castle Gates. It's Hallasan, the one to chase here. He beats off Nadawi. Al-Qudra's going to have to chase him down, and Hallasan's going to make him fight for it. It's Hallasan and Al-Qudra. Al-Qudra trying to get on level terms with Hallasan, who's very, very game. Hallasan staving him off at the moment. Al-Qudra trying to get on level terms. Charlie Appleby 1 and 2, but it's going to be the second stringer. Hallasan gets a quartet for Charlie Appleby and wraps up a really nice night in the Jumeirah Guineas Trial.
You were sitting in a good position there. He was really keen early.
Yeah, he jumped and I thought Adri would go and he was going to slot in, so you don't really want to give up on the draw. Even though it's first time over a mile, he's a horse. There was a lot of dead wood in the race that you don't really want to get stuck behind, and I kind of kicked him out to go, thinking someone might go, and he was okay until sort of Bernardo loomed up on the outside and then just kind of got him racing. I had to take him back, but, you know, he probably looked keener than he actually was. You know, he's very responsive when you sit against him, but he's a horse with a lot of natural pace, and like I say, he's such a genuine game honest horse that it probably got him through the line in the end. Like a mile is probably as far as he'd want to go. I'd say he's probably better coming back to 7. But, you know, I just think it's just the sheer tenacity of the horse and genuineness of him that see him through. And like I say, you'd expect Al-Qudra to come forward just like this fella did in his first run. So, but
you saw the mile out really well?
Saw it out well, you know. Like I say, he galloped out through the line, which is always a good sign, as you well know, when they gallop out. So, like I say, he is a horse that has a lot of pace that always going to put himself in a decent position anyway. So, like I say, he had fitness edge today, where that will take him, you know, in future, coming up against a like of Al-Qudra, who probably has, you know, slightly better form. It's going to be tougher with a run under his belt, but he's going to put himself in contention in those races for sure.
And for you, Dubai Racing Channel has probably seen most, if not all, of your 600 wins here. Put it into perspective. You know, obviously you've had a chance to talk about it with Racing TV, but this is obviously a huge milestone.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, my first winner was for Godolphin back in '97 on Grazalema in the Alpha 84. I was an apprentice jockey then, so it's there's a lot of water under the bridge since then. But you know, to have the 600 for Godolphin as well, it's very poignant. You know, obviously the first one was for Saeed, and this one's for Charlie, and it's quite, you know, ironic that myself and Charlie grew up together in Newmarket. You know, we were kids. He was at Susan Piggott's, I was at Michael Bell's, and you know how our paths have gone. You know that he's now one of the best trainers in the world, and you know I'm still taking a living out of the game. You know, riding, and I get the opportunity to ride some good horses. So look, it's like I say, to ride for these guys. You know, like I say, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed and the whole Maktoum family have been a huge part of not only my career but my life in general. You know, I've been out here since '97. My children have grown up here. They've been schooled here. You know, my eldest is 24 next month. My youngest is 14, and they've only ever known Dubai. And it's, you know, the opportunity we've had to bring them up here and raise them in this amazing country is something that I'll always be thankful to for the Maktoum family. And like I say, the only way I can repay them is by riding them winners.
Let's head over to Saturday afternoon action at Jebel Ali up the hill, which saw 7 races kicking off at 1:45 in the afternoon. First race was a maiden for the purebred Arabians, as it usually is, 4-year-olds bred in the UAE and 50,000 on the line over the straight 7 furlongs. The black, silver, and white and red of Kala Khalifa Al Nabuda got it done nicely here with that star going 1-2 Taigo Shea on the first horse Al Ajra, with Yakwi back in second under Marcelina Pedrosa and 4.5 lengths between the pair. Back in third was Dalal in the Yas Racing colors under Connor Beasley.
It's Al-Azra, the leader, from Yakwi in second, Meydan third, Sahuj fourth, still trying to tear down this leader here, Al-Azra. Al-Azra still with enough in hand here in the final stages of the race, still out by 4 lengths here from HK Assad, and Argard gets going over on the near. It's up in front though, Al-Azra. Al-Azra coming up to present a really nice challenge here in the final stages of the race, and Al-Azra is going to go on and win.
Second race of the afternoon was a non-winners of 2 for 3-year-olds. Maybe some stars of tomorrow to look out for here, and that is exactly what it looks like African Candy can be. The son of Twirling Candy out of Grade 1 winner Rosalind looks like a star with a future. Sylvester de Sousa was in the saddle for Mursaba Al-Mahari. On the Way was back in second for Salam Bingadere with Firas in third.
African Candy continues to be worked upon here as he makes his way now to the front and puts the leader under pressure. Firas was next, followed by Modahim, and Golden Redemption continues to try on from the back. African Candy is continuing on with it up the far side here. He's been at him the whole way here, Danny Tudhope. On the way, trying to get level here once again from Firas. Modahim and Golden Redemption can't win here. African Candy, he's all out. On the Way, though, the same. African Candy still with an advantage of On the Way, and this is a nice ride by Danny Tudhope, and he's gone almost all the way on to win. Been at him since the 800, and he's gone on to win by 2 lengths.
Nice little 3-year-old there in African Candy. Sylvester de Sousa was aboard. Got up the hill pretty well. Looks like he shows, as you mentioned beforehand, before the camera came on, a little bit of stamina.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he's a horse. Probably he will improve when he go further than the trip he has running today, and you know, probably he's a horse for next year, but it's nice to come here and break a maid in the Tour de Stas, you know.
Was he able to run through the line, or was he waiting on horses at all for you?
He's a little bit raw, he's still a baby, and he has the experience to do it the way he did today, but it's a big improvement on him after today.
The third race of the afternoon was in Meydan for 3-year-olds and up thoroughbreds. This one was over 6 furlongs on the straight course and 60,000 on the line. Warani, trained by Bupet Seymour, with Tygo Shea in the saddle, is a full brother to Switzerland. And while he might not be as fast as his brother, he definitely showed a lot of talent here, winning by 3.5 lengths over stablemate Cabrit. Sylvester de Sousa was on the runner-up, with Million Doro back in third. It'll be interesting to see where this blue-blooded sort goes on from here.
Million Doro and Cabrit go together. Gurani getting closer with every stride from Hobble Salam. Then came Inner City, Garlib plodding away. It's Million Doro and Cabrit, but Gurani now starting to get on level terms the near side. Gurani coming past them here in the final stages, and it looks to be a nice performance here by Gurani, and he's going to extend away to win by a few lengths on the line. Gurani, welcome to the winner's circle.
Always good to see the famous 3 Chimney Silks in the winner's circle here. Tygo Shea with a half-brother to the famous Switzerland. How did it go out there? He looked like he really grabbed the bit up the hill.
Yes, I travelled well my side of the race here, the stand side, and after halfway there was nothing really there to lead me, and he got to the front and he pricked his 2 ears, and I went, oh no, he's going to pull up. So I left him go back over to the middle of the track to get some company, and once he spotted them again and on the right-hand side, he really picked up and, as you said, reached for the ground. He's got an illustrious brother that's been a fantastic horse for the barn, and it's fantastic to have owners like 3 Chimneys supporting us here in Dubai.
The fourth race of the afternoon was a 0-90 rated 3-year-old and up thoroughbred affair, 80,000 on the line over a straight, quick 5 furlongs. And it was a mad dash up the hill with 4 across the line as they finished, but it was Royal Commando and Xavier Ziani who got it done by just about a head. Al Muzin was back in second with Fight Zone in third.
It is Split the Prophet and Al Muzin. They go together from Border Edge up into third, from Indicate. Then came Shanagai City, the backside fence there. From Commando, Royal Commando. Then came Fight Zone from Story of Light. It's Indicate and Al Muzin who work up the hill here together from Royal Commando. Then came Split the Prophet, Fight Zone from the back. It's Indicate the leader, but Al Muzin's trying very hard along with Royal Commando. Royal Commando going to the lead here from Al Muzin. Royal Commando doing enough, maybe. Photo.
Fifth race of the afternoon was a handicap for 85 to 105 rated 3-year-old and up thoroughbreds, 96,000 on the line, and technically the feature of the day. The distance was a stamina-sapping 1,950 meters, or just under 10 furlongs, up the big hill. And Syed and Darmithos put on a show in the final furlong, battling it out with Ben Cohen and Syed just getting the better of Pat Dobbs and Darmithos. Mount Kosciuszko was back in third.
Syed, the leader. Mount Kosciuszko now starting to present the outside. Carfu. Darmithos sweating on a run here and needs one very shortly as the bells start to ring here. Magnum Opus next from Arabian Tale. It's Syed, the leader, still having to chase him down. Darmithos out after the leader here now. Darmithos with the 62 kilos comes up to the outside of Syed. Mount Kosciuszko tries to go with him as well. It's Darmithos and Syed. Darmithos, Syed, very tough, and Syed finds plenty. Syed kicks back to win.
He relaxed beautifully in front. I got into a nice rhythm. I came under pressure probably 2.5 out, but he kept flicking one ear, so I knew I had a bit left. Back got to me going probably easier than I was going, but my lad grounded out really well.
He seems to be one of Costa was mentioning earlier. He's kind of in those higher and handicapped levels now. Do you think he could step it up a little bit when it comes to a race like the Jebel Ali Stakes?
Potentially, yeah. Look, he handles this place really well. I think, look, obviously he's off quite a high mark, so he's going to be carrying top weights and handicaps. So you might as well give a listed race, something like the Jebel Ali Stakes, a go. You know, he did run in one in Meydan, but it all went wrong out of the gate. So it was hard to get a reading off that. But look, he's a good, honest, straightforward horse.
The sixth race of the 7 on the afternoon up the hill was a handicap for not to 80 rated 3-year-old up thoroughbreds, 76,000 on the line, and over the 1,600 meter one-turn right-handed mile. Michael Costa, Ben Cohen, and Jebel Ali stables of His Highness Sheikh Ahmed Barash Al Maktoum got a natural double in the process, this time with El Raed. Winning by about 3.5 lengths, he beat out Ghost of the Mambo with Tygo Shea for Bupat Seymour in the runner-up. One to watch here might be Moonshiner, who rallied well with Richard Mullen up the inside to finish third.
El Raed presenting big time the outside here. It's El Raed going with National Bank, goes to the Mambo and Franz Kafka. El Raed the one to chase, and El Raed is broken clear here. Moonshiner late from the back of the field has caught the eye, but El Raed is off and gone. El Raed by 3 lengths, a double for the locals here. Michael Costa on the board once again.
It's a horse that obviously didn't go to plan the last couple races, but the cutback and trip seemed to suit him.
Yeah, not going to plan was probably just the horse wasn't quite right. He was working okay at home, but the coat wasn't quite there. We ran him to see if we could bring him on, but it just wasn't happening. So we freshened him right up, and then over the last week or two, he blossomed. I mean, just threw the nomination in without the plan, and it all panned out. He just got cuddled by Ben and produced at the right time. Had the top weight and still got the job done, which is good.
Did you expect him to be as imperious as he was there? He really was kind of dominant in the end.
No, well, with the top weight and coming off beaten 2 distance, you can't be too bullish about it. But I was happy with the horse at home, the way he'd come on, and I hadn't seen that this season. So it was definitely to see that glimpse that we saw the back end of last year.
And the nightcap at 4:45 in the early evening at Jebel Ali was the Mile Meydan for 4-year-olds and up thoroughbreds and worth 60,000. This one gave Musab Al-Maheri and Sylvester de Sousa another win on the afternoon, this time with Shepperton Lodge, backing up quickly from a placing the other day. El Zami was back in second for the home team, while Bad Desire finished up third, and it's definitely the one to watch coming out of this race after much trouble coming through the lane.
It's Shepperton Lodge who works up to the lead now from Chef de Party. Then came, hopefully, yes, Al Zami and Impressive Act. Bad Desire now on the path to really chase home in the final stages, making good ground but held up for a run. It's Shepperton Lodge, the one to chase. Bad Desire out with a run now. Chef de Party runs on along with Al Zami. It's Shepperton Lodge from Bad Desire. Shepperton Lodge still clear though. Shepperton Lodge coming away from Bad Desire in the final stages, and Shepperton Lodge has run them into the ground. Shepperton Lodge by 3 lengths on the line, beats home Al Zami and Bad Desire.
On Sunday, February 2nd, we went over to the capital for 8 races starting at 4 o'clock in the afternoon at Abu Dhabi Turf Club. A maiden affair for 4-year-old UAE-bred purebred Arabians worth 70,000 and on the one-turn right-handed 6-furlong course kicked things off. Ernst Dartel got another win on the weekend for Calacliffe and Al Nabuda. Alejandro da Silva was in the saddle on this one, winning by just about 3 lengths over Ferrer Benuna. Bernardo Pinheiro was on the runner-up for Kay Saboud with Al Mutamater back in third.
It's AF Sakara, the one to chase, leading now by a length and a half as they make their way down the straight. Farabai Nuna tries to get back up on level terms here, along with Al Motamata, and rattling home from the back of the field as well was AF Al Mubarak, but AF Sakara's got them at bay. AF Sakara to take out the first race here under Alexandra Correa. 2 lengths, maybe 2.5 on the line to Al Motamata and also Farabai Nuna. They've run second and third.
The second race of the afternoon over there at Abu Dhabi was a handicap for not to 65 rated 4-year-old not purebred Arabians on that turf course worth 66,000 and over 1,600 meters. Khalifa Al Niadi got another win on the season, this one with Alaya TR in the saddle in the 7-year-old Barja. RB Bama was back in second for Musalba El Meheri, while Zainhum was in third for Abu Bakr Daoud.
Up in front, it's Baja running on RB Bama, and Zainam deeper out starts to make a good challenge. Up in front, though, it's Baja all out. RB Bama trying very hard with Christoph the inside. It's up in front, Baja, who's trying to go well here with RB Bama up into second, but they're not going to get Baja. Baja goes on to win. RB Bama second over from Zainam and Christoph.
Third race of the afternoon was a handicap from 0 to 85 rated 4-year-old not purebred Arabian, 66,000 as well on the line. Also over a mile and gave Ernst Dartel and AF Lath another win this season. Calacliffe Al Nabuda got a second win of the afternoon, this time with Saif Al Balushi in the saddle. It was a 1-2-3 finish for those star colors of black and silver, with AF Aham back in second and Thawarti in third.
Up in front, AF Afam, who gives a good kick. Second in running, AF Lath from AF Thawati, RB Best Ever. It's up in front, though. It's Khalid Khalifa Al Nabuda everywhere, and AF Lath's going to storm home to win. AF Lath knocks off AF Afam right on the post.
Fourth race of the afternoon was a maiden for 4-year-old nut purebred Arabians on the grass, 66,000 and a mile or 1,600 meters as well. This one gave the burgeoning partnership of Ibrahim Al-Hadrami and Connor Beasley another good win on the season with Sama Al-Iz, winning by just about 4 lengths over Lahij. Sylvester de Sousa was on the runner-up for Majid Al-Johori, while RB Bougie and Tygo Shea finished up third for Ernst Dartel.
It's Sama Al-Iz, the leader, as they make their way down the straight here from Lahij. Sama Al-Iz with a winning break at the moment. Sama Al-Iz coming clear here in the final stages of the race. Sama Al-Iz is going to break away for a nice win here. Sama Al-Iz goes on to win by 3 lengths. Second over was Lahij. Third, RB Bougie, and fourth was Moscovite.
Fifth race of the evening was a handicap for not 275 rated 4-year-olds and up purebred Arabians on the grass, 33,000 on the line and 2,200 meters as they go. Falak Al Makarim was very impressive here, winning by nearly 10 lengths under Sylvester de Sousa for Suleiman Al Gunami. Ayab Al Zahi was back in second for Ernst Dartel, while Lou Jane for Salman Al Sabri rounded out the top 3.
It's Falak Al Makarim as they come down the side and straighten up for home here. Out by a length and a half on Al Zahi, who gets closer and closer with every stride. Moharam next from Lujain. Wajib looks for an inside passage along with Optimism. Maimoon RS deeper out, but has he been able to run into it? I don't think he's going to have enough time here as Falak Al Makarim has slipped away here. Good race move by De Sousa with 800 metres to go, and he's going to stream away to win this by 8. Big win. Al Zahi second over from Lujain third.
The second division of that affair, under identical conditions 0 to 75 over the 11 furlongs, 33,000, went to Ernst Dartel's IF Mukrej. Tygo Shea get another win on the season. Gurm was back in second about 3 lengths astern with Case Al Busaidi. And rounding out the top 3 was Atsad for Jules Mobian.
It's AF Mukrej. He's had it all to his own liking up in front, lumping the 60 kilos this evening, and he's got a winning break here in the late stages. Coming clear under O'Shea. Well ridden by the champion rider here, and he goes on to win by 3 lengths. Gurm over into second, ran a brave race.
The seventh race of the evening and first of the thoroughbreds was a 12-furlong affair, a stamina sapper for 0 to 85 rated 4-year-old and up, looking for 66,000 in prize money. Venetian Style got a win nicely here by 2 lengths for Ahmed bin Harmish and Sam Hitchcock. Khattab was back in second under Abdulaziz Al-Balushi for Shadwell, while Deciduous and Bernardo Pinheiro rounded out the top 3.
It's Venetian Style who goes up to present outside of Regal Connection. Then came Desert Snake, who's close enough to strike. Venetian Style from Desert Snake. Katab. Meydani makes a line of 4 out wider. It's Venetian Style from Desert Snake, who now gets a little tired. Katab making a run here at the leader, but Venetian Style has shot clear at the moment with 50 metres left to go, and he's holding Katab at bay. Venetian Style goes on to win under Sam Hitchcock.
And the last race of the evening in the capital and of the weekend in the UAE was a handicap for not 295 rated 3-year-old nut thoroughbred, 66,000 on the line, and over that same mile distance we saw often on the afternoon. DeLorean looked to get 2 wins in a row, but it was not meant to be, as Tamrat and the Camden Colt proved too tough for him. Tamrat wound up winning by just about a length and a half over the Camden Colt. Sylvester de Sousa was on the winner for Simon and Ed Crisford. DeLorean rounded out the top 3.
It's Tamrat the leader, the Camden Colt trying to get on level terms as they start to swing into the straight here. Tohoku out wider making a challenge. Then came Erasmo, followed by Eye on the Prize, DeLorean. It's up in front, running on well here in the late stages. The Camden Colt trying to get to Tamrat here. Tamrat still with a nice buffer. The Camden Colt can't do any more, and Tamrat's going to go on and score here for the team Crisford team. A length and a half on the Camden Colt.
Now let's take a look back at the beginning of the week, which did not start as auspiciously as planned. Originally 8 races were on tap at Al-Ain, but only 2 went forward before an abandonment of the card. First race of the night was a purebred Arabian 4-year-old nut Meydan for 70,000 over 2,000 meters. Was won by Charlie Bennett in the saddle on Mawood Al-Bada'a for Ahmed Salam Al-Shamsi. Fakhr Al-Wathba was back in second, 6.5 lengths astern, under Jules Mobian, while AF Al-Farek was in third for K. Saboud. And the second race of the afternoon, and the final race we will cover this week, was indeed a handicap for not 280 rated 4-year-old nut purebred Arabian, 70,000 on the line, and also over that 10 furlongs or 2,000 meters. And it was the first of many wins on the weekend, as we have heard, for Ernst Hartel and Calaclif Al Nabudo, who indeed went 1-2 here. Marcelito Rodriguez was aboard as Stafa in first, and Al Zahem was in second with Alejandro da Silva. AS Fayez was back in third under Sandro Paiva. Now let's look at the championship standings in the UAE. His Highness Sheikh Ahmed bin Rashid Al Maktoum continues to lead the owners as they battle with Yas Racing of Sheikh Mansour. 28 wins for His Highness Sheikh Ahmed, while Sheikh Mansour's Yas Racing has 24. Calaclif Al Nabuda had a great week and continues to be a player in this championship game with 19 victories. Al Ajban Stables is back and forth with 11, while Godolphin moved into the top 5 now with 10 victories. Among the trainers, Michael Costa still has a lead with 28 victories. Musalba Al-Mehari continues to plug along nicely with 25 victories and a 16% strike rate. Bupet Seymour, slow and steady, picks up the pace with 24 victories and a 13% strike rate. Ernst Hartel had a great weekend, 21 victories for him. And Irem Al-Hadrami rounds out the top 5 with 18 victories. Among the jockeys, there was a switch in the top standings as Tygo Shea had a huge weekend, beating out Connor Beasley and moving to 31 over 28 in second for Connor. Sylvester de Sousa is back in third with 24, who could surely move forward and challenge the top 2 with a few good weeks. Ben Cohen was back in fourth with 22, while Danny Tudhope rounds out the top 5 with 21. Now let's look at what's coming up this week. We just have 2 meetings on the week. On Thursday the 6th we have Al-Ain, and another carnival meeting on Friday the 7th at Meydan, including the Dubai Trophy, the Lord Glitters Handicap, and the Vizierabad Handicap. We thank you for tuning in and hope to see you here next week on Past the Post. My name is Michael Adolphson. I hope you had a great week, and we will hope all of your photo finishes are winning ones. Goodbye.